seconds.
Oh, look! The Rams are curb stomping an NFC West team at halftime. I'm sure they won't choke like dogs this week. Also, the Cowboys season is over, so that means Sean Payton rumor season has begun. Thomas, hit that intro.
This is Sean Payton, head coach of the New Orleans Saints. What's with this Saints Happy podcast? This has to be the worst Saints podcast in the world. Ralph can't say anyone's name right. Andrew doesn't know football. Everyone has a hard time listening to Dave. And is Kevin even there tonight? The audio with this podcast, my God, the audio, it's painful.
All right, everybody, welcome to another edition of Saints Happy Hour podcast. We are live on Twitch. If you aren't, follow us on Twitch and remember to subscribe to Saints Happy Hour wherever you get your podcast. Also, become an annual patron, patreon.com/Saints Happy Hour to get the best Saints podcast every day, and you get 2 months free. We had 2 new Twitch subscribers since the last show, Callum and Blake Zykan. And Blake, he subbed with Prime. Speaking of which, remember, once a month you can support us totally free if you use Amazon Prime. All you have to do is go to twitch.tv/Saints Happy Hour, click subscribe, the subscribe button below the stream, and choose the option subscribe with Prime. It's really easy, and it's going to take you less than 5 minutes. So go ahead and do it. Even if you listen to the audio version, click the link in the description. You see it, do it. It really helps the show. Dave,
Dad Bod Cortez says he can't believe that we're on Twitch. Isn't there an age limit on here? I think he just called us boomers. Yeah, probably.
I see Aqib Talib. He has a Twitch stream, NFL Machine, for the NFL Network.
He's still younger than us.
Yeah, well,
What are you going to ask me? What am I drinking?
What are you drinking, Dave?
I am drinking tonight. Look at that. It's another OJ bomb right there. Tonight I'm drinking Holy Ghost from Parish Brewery. This was a brewery only released. I had a mule pick some up for me so I could taste the sweet nectar.
I'm drinking Werschenhaus German blonde. Here's the thing. Any local breweries in New Orleans, if you want to send us free beer, send it to us. We will plug the shit out of your brewery if you send us free beer. Just saying. Something to consider. Andrew, the freaking Rams. Here's the thing. Dave, I want you to tell the people what you told me in the pregame show, that you were like, going into this weekend, you were like, maybe the Saints don't deserve to be in the playoffs. It'll be bad. And then you watched the playoff games like tonight, and you're like, no. The Saints totally deserve to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, well, I mean, you just pretty much said it. So, no, I mean, it's just funny. Ever since they added the 7th seed, now it's not wild card weekend. Now it's super wild card weekend, and that's bullshit. There was nothing super about this weekend at all. Every game was a snooze fest. Every game was a blowout. I mean, the Bills, the Chiefs. Right now we've got the Rams happening. The only close game was the Cowboys Eagles game. But
Cowboys 49ers.
The Cowboys 49ers. But I mean, before the at the end of the season, I was like, hey, you know what? Honestly, I don't really think the Saints really deserve to go to the playoffs. But yeah, watching these teams get blown out, I certainly think whoever was going to be playing quarterback, I would assume Trevor Siemian. But I would have to think that we would at least give it a chance. I mean, I really think that the Saints, a Sean Payton coach team, would
not be down 28-0.
Yeah, would not get blown out in the playoffs.
Andrew,
I would really like.
Andrew, do you think the Saints, if they would have played the Rams tonight, do you think they could have done better than Arizona and Kyler Murray if Taysom and his 2 injured feet had to play quarterback?
Well, I just got back from a tennis match, so I haven't watched a second of this Rams game. and I think I'm going to keep it that way.
With
Based on
4
what I
minutes,
know
with
is
4
going
minutes to
on.
go in the first half, the Arizona had negative yards of offense. That's how it's going for Arizona.
Yeah, and look, Kyler Murray is supposed to be a good quarterback. The media sure loves to
Supposed to
hype
be.
him,
Yeah.
and it's doesn't look like it's working out for him right now.
Cliff
So,
Kingsbury, Dave, he proves my theory that good-looking, incompetent people can go extra far in life.
Was Kingsbury
Well-
was King was he with the Falcons?
No.
no.
Oh, okay.
But
I will say this: the discrepancy in quarterback play so far in the playoffs, and I'm hoping that next week, now that some of these teams are out, and you'll get, but I mean, Jalen Hurts, Kyler Murray today, you were talking about, and I just feel like we've seen blowouts because like the discrepancy between Mac Jones and Josh Allen, or whatever, Tom Brady, and who did the Bucs play again? I'm blanking.
the Eagles.
Yeah, and Hurts, or like, so anyway, I just feel like I will say this. It's more clear to me than ever that if the Saints want to win these kind of games, they got to get their quarterback situation figured out.
Well, it was nice to see Joe Burrow win because he's a LSU guy, right? So,
Yeah.
Go Tigers.
but Dave, it was also a little sad. Like Trey Hendrickson, before he got hurt, was wrecking shit on the Raiders against the Raiders, and he's all pro, so that made me a little sad. Before we get to the Saints news, besides Andrew's takeaway that the quarterbacks really matter, Dave, was there anything you took away from the playoff games this weekend? The only thing I took away is, like, any receivers those teams had, I want them for the Saints. Like, a dude would catch a 15-yard out, I'd be like Googling Sport Track and be like, is he a free agent? Oh no, he's not.
Maybe something the opposite of that. I was watching the Cowboys Niners game, and I was like very thankful that Mike McCarthy was nowhere near our
Mike,
organization.
He's so terrible.
Was not anywhere on the sideline of the Saints at any point. My God, I couldn't believe. Like, he kept kicking all those field goals. I couldn't believe that he wasn't going for it on those 4th and shorts. I thought at least maybe try to draw him off sides and, maybe the waste of timeout. Maybe like that stuff that Sean Payton, that's the Saints, we are used to them seeing the Saints do that kind of stuff. And it doesn't work out all the time, but sometimes it works out. But you at least got to try. And also we have an aggressive play calling coach, and I much prefer that than
Poor Mike McCarthy.
Biloxi-
He went 12
Biloxi
and
Blues,
5. They want to run him out of town.
Ralph, Biloxi Blues wants to know if that's a Joe Burrow fathead behind you.
It is. I got Joe Burrow, and I got a special shipped in. I got David Carr because Mike Mayock got fired today. So I'm hoping the Raiders, maybe they want to blow it up, put David Carr on our quarterback list.
Yeah,
Derek.
you would take him?
I would take David Carr. Like,
Would you take David Carr over Derek Carr?
Yeah, Derek Carr. Yeah, I mean,
Ralph can't
What
say
about their
anyone's
other
name
brother,
right.
Donnie Carr?
I'm
Would
like,
you
what
take
the hell is
Donnie
he
Carr?
talking about?
You want to put Austin Carr at quarterback?
I would take a train car at this point for the Saints at quarterback. That's how bad it is. Saints news. They made some a little bit today. Jeff Ireland, he finished his interview with the Bear. Andrew, apparently the Bears' strategy is they're just going to potentially keep hiring Saints front office people until they get it right. This was a surprise, though. Joe Lombardi, the ex-Saints quarterback coach, current offensive coordinator for the Chargers, he interviewed with the Texans. And Mike Lombardi, I don't know if he's related to Joe Lombardi, he dropped the rumor that NFL people are chattering, Dave, that Sean Payton is thinking about taking a year off, doing TV, and like recharging his batteries, like going to Europe with the wife for 6 weeks. I don't know. That got me a little scared.
Peyton's part of the great resignation that's going on in our country right now. He's a strong anti-work. He's posting on the anti-work subreddit. He wants better benefits for all of his coaches. He doesn't want to be bothered on a Monday on his day off. He hates it when Gail texts him. He's like, "This is my day off, Gail. This is my only day off. Stop texting me.
Get me a top quality coffee machine in the break room.
No, you know what? The resignation thing, that's a weird one. That's a weird one. You know, the Dallas, I cannot believe we are doing this again. I cannot believe we are having this conversation again. We're talking about Sean Payton going to Dallas. You know, my theory on this now is that
That's not
Sean
really
Payton-
out there, though, is it? The
No.
Dallas thing?
Not
More
after
the-
yesterday
it's
with
more
the
the
Cowboys at the
retiring.
end of the game. Woo-hoo.
my
but
theory,
it-
my theory is that like Peyton puts this out there to certain people, and like he's like testing people, and every time somebody runs with this story, he knows, okay, I can't trust that guy. I can't. That guy, I gave him that info, and he ran with it. And
you
and he's,
fail?
yeah, I think every time you hear a Sean Payton to Dallas rumor, it's Payton that's putting that out there, and he keeps finding the suckers who he can't trust.
And he
That's
just
the only-
chops him out of the circle of
Yeah.
trust.
Yeah, that's the only possible. I don't understand. I mean, he's under contract till what, 2024?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, like
I like
on
that
Twitter,
theory,
like
Dave.
Underhill shot it down. He was like, I'm not, and he was, of course, in typical Underhill fashion, he was very diplomatic about it. He phrased his tweet, you know, in a certain way, but he was basically like, I'm not saying anything about anything, but Sean Payton is under contract to 2024. That's all I'm saying. You read into that what you want to read into that.
I like that theory though, Dave. I like the theory that he's
What else could it be?
he's
Why
trimming
does
the
why does
circle
this
of
keep
trust.
coming
I
up?
like it.
Why does this it comes up every, like, you know, okay, the season ends, there's Black Monday, that's the news, and then like a week after that, it's Sean Payton Monday. That's what today is. The Monday after the regular season ends is Black Monday. The Monday after that is Sean Payton Monday.
The wild card weekend. The Sean Payton
That's
Day
right.
is what the day after whenever Dallas loses in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's
Joey
Sean
says his contract is actually through 2026.
Even
but-
better.
Yeah,
So you want
but,
him? You want him? Start naming quarterbacks you want to give us, and it better be Patrick Mahomes. Otherwise, we're walking.
Well, he really can't go anywhere unless the Saints trade him. I mean,
That's
the
what I'm
Saints
saying.
can-
You
yeah,
want
the
to give
Saints
us
control.
Patrick Mahomes? We'll give you Sean
Yeah.
Payton.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean the Saints control, but he can retire. He can do that. But if he
Right.
takes a year off and then decides to come back, the Saints
He's
still
still
own
under-
his
yeah.
interests. Like
Right.
he's still under contract. So, you know, the Saints could, I guess if the Saints were in a situation with a new coach and they didn't want to go back to Peyton, I guess they could trade him or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man. We can't go one freaking off season with just like, yeah, Sean Payton staying.
Well, the thing is, if the Saints, they could be 15-2 and on a bye this week, and Florio would have been
know.
like, if the Saints win the Super Bowl with Jameis, Sean Payton is going to retire, sit out a year, and then go to Dallas. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they're good or they're bad. Like he can just spin it to where Sean Payton's going to Dallas.
the
but-
Florio obsession with Sean Payton going to Dallas, like it's stronger than my love for tennis. It's
That's
stronger
right.
than Ralph's love for his wife. It's stronger than Dave's love for IPA. I just like there is nothing in our lives that means more to us than Florio having Sean Payton go to Dallas.
I tweeted that out from the Saints Happy Hour account. I said, guys and girls, find you somebody that loves you as much as Florio loves posting Sean Payton to Dallas rumors, and you'll have a soulmate for life. Speaking of which, Kevin ditched us because a
Nice
quote unquote
segue. What a segue.
quote unquote date could fit him in.
Yeah, you know who are dates that sometimes can fit you in. They're
Hookers.
called hookers. Yes, they're called hookers.
I love how Thomas goes straight to the violins. He's already assuming that
It's
the,
kind of
the date's
Kevin's
going to be a
theme song.
disaster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of just his theme song now. so.
Thomas goes straight to tragedy. He goes straight to tragedy. Yeah, he's on
Yeah.
he's on his first date. Tragedy.
Andrew, do you love the violin
Fuck
music
you,
more than Florio
Andre
loves?
George.
More than
That's
Florio
from
loves
Kevin.
tweeting about Sean Payton going to Dallas?
I do love. I remember being in the dentist office and I'm getting the woo, woo, woo. I'm getting the drill in the mouth and all I can think about is the violin and I'm just thinking in my head, don't laugh, don't laugh, don't laugh, because then I'm worried something's gonna slip and I'm gonna get impaled or something.
He-
But
You're gonna shoot your dick off.
I was pretty good at that. That was a good. I was like the dude in Police Academy there. Did you
Oh.
not hear my simulation
You're
of
like,
yeah, you were
dentistry?
Michael. What was his name?
He was sound effects guy. Yeah, he did them all. Police Academy. They're all good. Buy the box set.
He
I
was-
think
he
we
was
just
talented.
I think we just outed ourselves as boomers with that.
We did.
reference.
We're joking about Sean Payton leaving, Andrew, but like we said earlier, Jeff Ireland interviewed with the Bears. Maybe assistants could leave. Dennis Allen hasn't gotten any interviews yet, but if I said to you, what Saints coach or front office person is most likely to leave, who would that be?
Sorry, front office or coach?
Either.
Mm.
I don't
I
know.
guess
You don't.
I guess I would go with Ireland at this point.
Yeah, that's
There's
what I
a
was
lot.
gonna say.
There's
You
a
don't-
lot of GM jobs open.
Yeah, you don't want us to panic, but Jeff Ireland's pretty good. at
I
his
mean, I
job.
just feel like we act like
But I'm
he is
panicking,
solely
by the way.
responsible for every single good draft pick the Saints have made since 2015. Like, it's a collaborative process, Dave. I'm just saying, like, if he leaves, the RAS score system isn't walking out the door with them. They're still in a committed relationship with RAS. That's not going anywhere.
Yeah, that's a fair point, but again, you're not telling me that the Saints are making every decision on paper and they're not, taking into
No, I
account
mean,
the way
Ireland's
it's built.
good. I'm just saying. It's
look,
not.
I
I'd
don't
be
How
know.
does
my-
it make you feel that we're this much closer to talking about Raz every
Here-
day?
Oh my God, I'm living in a nightmare. Here's look, here's all I'm gonna say, and this is why I'm panicking, is the Saints were not good at drafting before Jeff Ireland got here. They were a lot better at drafting
Mhm.
after he got here. And I'm just concerned that if he's gone, they're gonna go back to not being good at drafting. It's as simple as that. And he, to me, I mean, unless you can point to another equally big change that happened at the same time that would lead to this.
Well, they got rid of Ryan Pace left and everything
Counterpoint.
got better.
A counterpoint:
pretty
if
big.
Ireland leaves, they might not pick guys like Ruiz and Peyton Turner.
That's right.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing. Yes, you have to take hey, look, you take the good, you take the bad, you take them all, and there you have Jeff Ireland. But I still, it's better. There were a lot more Ruizes before Jeff Ireland got here
There
than there were
was.
now.
From like 2011 to 2015, there was a
Ruiz
lot.
has at least been staying awake in the meetings. Is all I can say.
Barely.
That's all I can say.
Are you
Maybe
sure
if
about
he
that?
slept during the meeting, he'd be fresher for the games.
That is all I'm going to say. He's at least awake.
My most likely to leave is Ryan Nielsen. I just feel like of all these teams hire new coaches, he's going to get a defensive.
His name
coordinator job.
really hasn't been out there.
Not yet, but teams haven't hired coaches yet and started building staffs.
Somehow Dan Quinn's name isn't.
I don't even.
He's been interviewed by 4 NFL
I don't
teams.
get that.
4.
I don't understand that. Like, the thing is with Dan
I mean, he's
Quinn,
good at the
he's
job,
a
right?
defensive coach and not Atlanta's defense. His entire tenure, they played good for 2.5 games, and it was in the 2016 playoffs. They played for two good games to get to the Super Bowl. They played a good half, and then they collapsed. Like, and he's a defensive guy. I don't understand the Dan Quinn.
You know, I swore I wasn't going to say anything about the Rams this whole show.
I thought you weren't
But
going to
I-
watch the game.
I'm not watching it, but I will say this one thing.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute.
Where the
Wait a
hell
minute.
was this last week? Where was this last week?
It's 28
Is
to
that
8.
Sean O'Lear's theme?
We have a special guest with us
What?
this evening.
Okay, what happened, Kevin? Lay it on us. What happened?
Oh
We
my
have a-
God.
He's home. He's home early. Uh-oh.
It was a bust, huh?
This is
Kevin,
coming
how
through,
much
right?
did you
This
pay?
is-
How much did you pay? I mean, how did the date go?
Yeah,
He's on
early
the-
night.
Say this.
Early night. Yeah, the starter got pulled after 2 rocky innings.
Did it go worse than the Arizona Cardinals tonight, man?
What happened?
No,
Did you-
actually,
did
it
you
did not.
lead with- did you-
Fortunately, Fortunately,
lead
it did
with the
not go
podcast?
worse than the opening half of the Cardinals Rams game. So, what was your question, Dave?
You
Did
told
the-
her you're on a Saints podcast.
The
didn't you?
podcast came up early in the conversation.
Yeah.
huh?
No, it was just a slew. It was a slew of things.
She was ugly.
This
No,
memo didn't go through.
no, no,
She catfished
she
you.
was she was very
Oh,
attractive.
She was
just-
a he. Oh,
She was very attractive. The conversation was just not there, like at all. Just it
Oh,
was
so she thought-
borderline.
she
It
thought
was
you were
borderline
unattractive.
Ralph Wiggum going. So, do you like stuff?
She was
Like, it was
disappointed in
basically
you.
that.
Did she
Yeah.
not know who Dusty Rhodes was?
Look, we didn't even get that. We really didn't get that far. It was we had one drink.
hard times are.
We had one drink, Daddy, and that was it. And basically, I go to the bathroom. I come back. I'd already.
She's gone.
I'd already
Shut
finished-
up.
Gone.
No. God, I wish I would have let off with that shit. It was that didn't
gut
happen.
stood up.
We can. It was. I basically just said, "Fuck it." I looked at her and was like, "Hey, are you feeling this?" I said it in my own Kevin way, where I stumbled over about 8 or 9 things along the way, and then she was honest and she said, "Nah, not really." And I said, "You want to just like call it?"
There
And
you
she
go.
said, "Yeah."
What a guy.
So
Wait a minute. Wait. Back up. Did you get your money back?
I love that you said that with a straight face. Just absolutely.
I mean,
All right, I gotta go get a drink.
can
I'll
you
be back.
contest the charges
Your
on
your
Venmo?
love life, man. We're gonna keep.
Oh wait. Before I go get a drink,
She used you
Wait,
for
so
free meal.
So Kevin texts me, and he's like, "Ralph, I'm gonna be back in 30 minutes. Like, forget it. Get the 4-box ready. The date's going poorly. I'll be back in 30 minutes. Don't tell everybody else." And I'm like, "Well, this is Dave, so it's already out of the box. Cat's already out of the bag." And I'm like, "You want me to tell Thomas instead, and we'll surprise the guys?" And he's like, "Yeah, do it. I'll be there in 30 minutes." I'm like, "Okay." So
People
that's
ask.
what I was telling Thomas before the
Do you think Kevin's date's watching the show right now?
Yes.
what? No.
No, she
Say hi in the
She's-
chat, Kevin's date. If you are
She had
watching
a-
us.
she had
probably
another
pouring,
date
she's
immediately.
probably pouring over realty entries or some horse shit.
Oh, she's
I
a
think
wannabe
she-
real estate agent. She's trying
Well,
to
no,
make it-
no. I think she is a realtor. I think she's also a house flipper.
Oh,
House flipper.
does she have her own show on
Oh,
HGTV?
career woman. Okay.
No,
Did
What
she
about the
flip you
doctor?
for a better date?
What about the doctor?
That's
right
good.
there.
That's a good one.
Right
That's
there.
a good one.
That's
a good
good.
one.
that
was a
was
good one.
good.
That was better
God.
than my hooker. My
That was
hooker joke.
yeah. Dave with the low hanging fruit. Ralph just comes right off the top rope with the ring bell like Randy Savage. Jesus Christ.
We're already in
People say,
off-season mode. I love
"Oh."
off-season. I love the off-season.
What do y'all do during the off season? Do y'all just talk
This-
draft? Doesn't that get
This
old?
is what we
Oh,
do.
Solve
This is us. We move right into peak off-season form. The Saints, they wrap up, and we are just right into it. We don't even need like a month to hit our stride.
Oh,
We
let's
are-
talk about the Senior Bowl.
Jude, I feel bad for Jude. Jude has been perfectly silent this entire time. Like, what were you gonna say before I like jumped on?
I was gonna say, where the hell was this Rams performance last week?
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
What's the score now? Is it like 35?
Thanks for nothing.
28
I
to
hate that
8.
team. I hate
Oh.
that. If they win this, do they play the Bucks next week?
They do.
They do.
Yeah.
Okay. That I see that I will enjoy because I can kind of hate watch that game and derive pleasure from whoever loses. So it's like one of those two teams will be out, and either way, I will be thrilled. Like because it's either sad McVay or it's sad Tom Brady. Either one is just like
Kevin, which one
great.
do you want? Do you root for Brady to lose, or do you root for Stafford to lose next week? What
I
brings you
can't
more
make up-
joy?
well, it's
I
not
can't
a
make
Brady
up my mind on
Stafford
that
thing.
yet.
It's
I
not a
can't
Brady
make up my
Stafford
mind on
thing.
that.
It's a Brady versus like Rams fans.
There
It's
is
just the
no
whole
one
organization.
left. there is no one left in the NFC that's
enjoyable
worth,
to root for.
No, there's no one left in the NFC that's worth rooting for, as far as
That's
I'm
right.
concerned. It's basically Bengals and Bills,
Yes.
and then everybody else in the AFC, or the
Yes.
other two teams in the AFC, and then after that, it's like getting kicked in the balls, going on 100 more dates like this one, and then everybody in the NFC.
What was her name?
I'm not giving out her name.
I
tell you-
don't
I'll
know.
tell you-
I don't need a
No,
last name.
Just look, I'm trying
Jimmy
to be.
G was her name.
I'm trying to be
Diplomatic.
nice-ish, professional-ish.
What a
Look,
guy.
Just make
Everybody, we
something
can all
up.
point and laugh at me. I just don't want to.
Okay,
You're
anyway.
a class
I
guy
keep
all
my
the way.
karma
Kevin.
balanced, so that way I can avoid something like this in the future.
Yeah.
Class guy.
Mhm. Oh, okay. Yeah, all right.
Well, in the off season, if this is the first time listening to this podcast, we do like to have at least 5 minutes of actual football talk in our off season podcast, and that's
We
what the
do?
next 5 minutes are going to be. Andrew is eating the tape of the 2022 quarterback draft class. So, Juge, you're going to try to convince us Carson Strong is the solution to the Saints quarterbacks problems and not a name of a series on Amazon Prime starring Sam Elliott. Is this correct?
That is correct. Yes, it is correct. I am a Carson Strong fan.
Oh,
Are we
Ralph's
watching
pants
his
just got
highlights
tighter.
now? Is that what we're gonna do?
My favorite. Carson
Look at
Strong.
these throws.
Who does he
Oh,
play
yeah.
for? He plays for Nevada.
Here's the thing: when he plays for Nevada. Here's
He
the thing I
sucks,
really
man.
like, and Thomas picked some good clips here. When you watch a lot of these quarterbacks, dudes are wide freaking open, and especially Matt Corral and what's the UNC kid's name? Sam Howell.
Yeah.
Did I say? Yeah. When you look at it's a lot of play action, it's a lot of pump fakes, and then they'll do double moves, and then the dude is wide open because they're in single coverage, and it's like the easiest throw that any quarterback could make. And I look at those plays and I'm like, system quarterback, right? But when you look at these highlights, that's maybe the dude's
That
open,
dude's
but like
open.
a lot of times, like these guys are covered, and he's just throwing dimes. You know.
So
he's-
what you're
I
saying
mean,
is
tight
he-
coverage. That's he's
But
locating the ball.
He's
but
used to
just
crappy
dropping
wide
back.
receivers. He'll fit right in.
Yes. Yeah.
But he's
look,
also
I mean,
he's just dropping back and making throws. He's a very traditional.
yeah, he's a drop back passer. He's 6'4", so kind of prototype size. He's got elite arm strength. And so he's not super mobile. I mean, he's kind of sneaky mobile, but he's not going to be a guy that makes a ton of plays with his legs. But his
He
arm
looks like
strength,
his legs look very long.
his
Kevin,
arm strength.
I feel like Max Strong is a name from Joe Montana football and Sega Genesis when they
well,
couldn't use
his
the real
name is
players'
Carson.
names.
His name is Carson.
Ralph can't say
Strong, not
anyone's
Carson
name right.
Strong.
Max Strong is a coach for Texas and
Oh,
other
yeah.
teams. But anyway, I
And your
think
son's name.
yes,
right.
He has a great arm. He has great accuracy. He completed 70% of his passes at Nevada. And the last thing I'll say, and this is, obviously 6'4", he's a bigger frame, but the last thing I'll say is the thing I like the most about Carson Strong, and he's probably either him or the dude from Pitt. God, I'm blanking on Kenny
Powers?
Kenny Pickett. Those are my two favorites. But the reason I like Strong so much is a lot of times when you have elite arm strength and you have this cannon of an arm, your technique can be pretty bad just because like you get away your whole life with just relying on your talent, your talented arm. And so like you don't really feel like in high school and in college you have to have great technique because you don't need it, right? And Carson Strong, the way he resets his, when he gets off his spot, you see him kind of quickly shuffle his feet and reset. And that's why his accuracy is so high. That's why he's at 70% accuracy because he resets his feet so that when he throws, his platform is perfect a lot of times. So anyway, huge fan of Strong. Just watching the tape, he's probably my favorite prospect.
Dave, I feel like if Andrew can get this excited about watching a day's worth of tape, this dude's going to go like top 4.
Well,
And he's going to be long gone before the Saints pick.
I enjoyed that. I would like Kevin. I would like Andrew next week to show us another quarterback.
We got another quarterback. We're going to talk about Kenny Pickett because those are the two that after eating the tape, Andrew liked. I like Kenny Pickett because I can call him Kenny Powers.
Or Max
He's like
Pickett.
40. He's
How
like
about
40 years
Kenny
old,
Wilson?
right, Andrew? He's old.
Kenny Wilson Pickett.
He's 24. Yeah, 24.
He's old.
Yeah,
That's all right.
he's
I like
probably going to be the first quarterback taken, potentially in the top 10. But he is 24, so and he was low key awful his first 3 years. So he's a late bloomer that kind of put it all together this year.
Like how
he was-
awful are we talking? Like how awful? Are we talking like Joe
I mean,
Burrow
just-
2018 awful?
No, worse than that. I mean,
Ooh.
just kind of a mediocre quarterback.
Well, Joe Burrow's
But
kinda
he turned it on. He turned it on this year. He was awesome. Now you can see here he's different than Carson Strong in the sense that he is a way better athlete. He absolutely can make plays. They're similar in size, but he's a guy that can just make plays with his legs and almost look like Taysom at times. Like he's way more explosive and has more escapability than Ian Book, for example. I mean, you kind of see it here. Look at him running there. I mean,
Kevin, I'm not going to
that's
say
the-
that me
that's
or
the dude
you.
that did the fake slide. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a
Yeah.
Kevin. I'm not going to pretend like me or you were watching these tapes, but I am going to ask you: when the Saints trade up to get either one of these guys, how sad are you going to be?
I'm glad, Ralph, you read my mind because I was about to say I wanted to get in before Kevin came back from getting his cold pizza that he's eating there. I wanted to say,
Look at that fake slide! Oh my god!
I wanted to
That's
say
amazing.
there is at least a 50% chance that if the Saints are getting a quarterback that they're trading up. There's no way that they're going to sit tight and do that or wait until the third round or the fourth round.
No.
So yeah, Kevin, just what Ralph and I are trying to tell you is start getting mentally preparing for the fact that the
Oh,
Saints
I
are gonna
already-
they're going to be throwing away. They're going to be throwing away draft picks like the dollar bills at a strip club.
I already
I've
have.
got-
one
I've got a
prepared for it
question
'cause
for
I'm
you.
expecting them to trade up to get like an offensive lineman or some shit from like
Center.
Western Wichita State or some horse shit.
They got to fix guard.
Kevin,
They-
Kevin, based on Ralph's mispronunciations today on this show,
Oh,
You
kinda-
are forced-
You mispronounced the word.
I know, I
mispronounced.
did.
You kind of just
I know.
invalidates
I
this whole
totally
thing.
blew it.
Whatever
I
you're
know.
about to say.
it's so true. It's so true. So, based on Ralph's mispronunciation,
Oh, forget it.
yeah,
Menstruation.
yeah, I
Just
know.
move on. Just
I'm really
move on.
struggling here. I'm on the struggle bus. Kevin, you are forced to take David Carr or Max Strong on the Saints. Which one do you take? You have to take one. Carr as a backup quarterback or Strong on the coaching staff?
Carr is the backup.
God.
Can he still walk, David Carr? Is he? Does he still have fully functioning legs?
Oh, Teddy two gloves. I mean, Teddy went 5-0 with the two gloves. Maybe Carr can bring back the two gloves and
He could
We're
have.
not
Like a
gonna bring
walk.
wasn't
Teddy
he?
back, are
Wasn't
we?
Carr? Wasn't David Carr a two glove quarterback?
He
I
was.
think he. Yeah.
He was.
Think
Has
they've
there
had
ever
some
been? Has there ever been a
success?
two-glove quarterback that's ever won a Super Bowl?
Ooh. Yeah, Jim McMahon.
Oh, see, look at
Really?
you. Jesus,
I
man.
think.
Jim-
Yeah, Jim
Jim
McMahon.
McMahon was not a two glove
I
quarterback.
think Jim McMahon was a two-glove quarterback.
Get out of here.
Bud
Somebody-
Rich, get on that. Get on that, Bud Rich.
But get on that, buddy.
I'm
So-
Google imaging him right now.
Speaking
His
of,
right hand, he doesn't have a glove on either hand in this picture.
Oh.
go Google
I'm looking at
85.
game photos. Hang on, wait a minute. I see a Super Bowl photo. He's got. Wait a minute. He might have two gloves in the Super Bowl.
I'm just saying.
He's got two gloves on. in the
Wait,
Super
okay, wait.
Bowl.
I'm going to say this right now.
Oh my God, he does.
If McMahon normally only wore one glove, but for some reason wore two gloves during the Super Bowl, and Ralph still happened to know that, I am going to lose my freaking mind.
There's a ton of photos.
Please find another photo of Jim McMahon wearing two gloves during the regular season.
I'm
Please,
looking.
Please.
Dude, I'm
I
telling
love-
you, there's all these photos where he doesn't have gloves on either hand.
I
But it-
love the
so-
85
so-
Bears,
but-
Dave.
Yeah.
But in the
Oh my
Super,
God,
but in the
Ralph,
Super Bowl, he had two gloves.
Ralph,
Yeah.
how many toothpicks are on the ground, Ralph? How many toothpicks are on the ground? Holy
874. Wapner starts at 4. I gotta watch Wapner.
shit. Oh my
Gotta watch
God,
Wapner.
I can't believe it. Jesus Christ.
The scary thing, Dave, I remembered that. I couldn't remember my accountant's name today when I was talking to him. But I can remember Jim McMahon had two gloves in the Super
His
Bowl.
name was David Carr.
Robert
So-
Paulson.
Holy cow!
Speaking.
Austin Adobe.
Oh yeah, I called him Adobe. Adobe Chili Pepper.
Paulson shop.
So speaking of being wrong and bad things, I wanted on this podcast, and people can join in. Look at that. Look at Thomas. Look at one glove, two glove. Look at that. He's handing off to Matt Suey. Look at that. I wanted
You're
to
looking at the Twitch stream, which
You're
is
looking at the.
which is
Yeah.
10 seconds
I
behind.
know.
Whatever.
I'm looking at it. It's behind. I'm sorry.
Look at the Discord, Ralph.
I'm trying. I know it's hard. I got two screens. It's fine. But here's the thing. I wanted to talk about our most wrong 2021 Saints opinions. What were your most wrong opinions from this past August? I'll start because this is a safe space. My bad Saints August opinion was the run defense was going to be bad without Malcolm Brown and David Onyemata for the first 6 weeks. My worst Saints opinion in August, Adam Troutman was going to catch 45 passes and be a decent tight end.
You
But
said
my
50. You
Chernobyl
said
level
50.
bad.
You
Saints
can't
opinion,
take
Kevin.
away 5 catches from your prediction. You said 50.
I said my Chernobyl level bad though opinion. I said the Saints should sign Kenny Stills because he clearly still had a lot left. He was still young and he could be a 45 catch wide receiver.
Man.
Those were my bad. What were y'all's bad Saints opinions?
I'll go. When you put this out there, I didn't remember. I'm not like you, Rain Man. Okay, I didn't remember what the hell I said back in August. Okay, I don't even remember what I said on last week's podcast. So I went back and I listened because I listened to an August big show, and I listened to a September big show. Not to get sidetracked, but first of all, I just want to say somebody on this podcast was a big fan of Tulane and was very wrong about Tulane this season.
Yeah, they look so good against Oklahoma.
Thomas, play that soundbite.
Tulane, if they don't win 9 games, they should run roughshod through the conference. So bad. They look so good against Oklahoma.
All right, so shocker, surprising. It's not me, Mr.
Nice.
Tulane. It's Ralph. Okay, all right. So Ralph,
I had some
Add
bad
another one.
August takes, man. That might be the worst of them all.
that was September actually. That was
Ralph
September
is,
man.
the, Ralph is the most prisoner of the moment
I
person
am.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like Latavius Murray in Week 17 had that big run, and I get it. Ralph fires off a text immediately like, "Saints shouldn't have cut Murray.
That's
Like he's out here running for touchdowns. Shouldn't have cut him. Terrible move."
That's
I'm like, dude, he's been awful all year. Like he had one.
Not
run.
today.
He's like, it's
And
terrible.
then-
They
and
traded
then-
a pick for Ingram. Awful.
and
It's
then
It's true.
So honestly, I think I might have been the one that was right in the next clip that I had Thomas pull up here.
Are
but,
you having secret production
Yes,
meetings with Thomas that we don't know about?
yes, I am. You bet your ass I am. I'm listening to old podcasts. I'm time stamping them. I'm sending them to Thomas. So I'm like, Thomas, have this ready.
Yeah,
have
the
this ready,
timestamps have
this
been
ready."
off a bit, but
Yeah. So in our next clip, I think I was right, but the rest of you guys were definitely wrong. We were talking about this is really funny. We were talking about Simeon starting and Ian Brooks starting, and like how that would just be the end of times. Well, guess what happened? But let's listen to how naive we were back then. Go ahead, play it, Thomas.
So he benches him. He puts in Taysom. Taysom could just as well then turn into a fumbling
didn't know we were
machine.
getting-
Take
And then
a
what?
look. It's Ian Book. He's throwing rainbows.
Well, who the hell knows? I mean, it's like, you know,
This podcast got dark.
Peyton may not have a choice in this matter.
2 words.
No, I think
2 words, Dave. Trevor Simeon.
Yeah, I know exactly.
no.
Oh, how
Kevin.
young and naive we were. Oh, how young and naive
Kevin,
we were.
do you
And Thomas, thank you
prefer-
for the video. I didn't know we had the video. That was the old days when I used to be lounging.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Kevin, do you prefer Yeti, smooth dulcitone Dave, or do you prefer lounging, half asleep Dave? Which
Why
one
is that
do you
quality
prefer?
so terrible? It does not sound like that on my phone. We thought we thought if Trevor Simeon were playing a game, the whole season would be. We never thought that would even be remotely a possibility. Well,
So
here we
bad.
are. Here we are. An Ian book, yeah. And by the way, see, Andrew, that song was around long before I ever recorded it.
You know, say what you will about Trevor Simeon too, but he sealed
we
the
will.
deal he sealed the deal in the Bucks game and the second Falcons game. So, like, as far as I'm concerned, Trevor Simeon, like, put him in the Ring of Honor.
Top 10. Kevin, top 10
with
Saints
Trevor
quarterback all time, Trevor Simeon?
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with Trevor Simeon. I want to keep him. I hope that he would just be a backup quarterback and we'd have somebody better than him. But I like him. I like him.
We're getting spammed in our comment section by Jason Leon.
Oh,
He
boy.
wants to know
Oh,
if
boy.
we can become famous and 5 followers. So,
No.
Jason, thanks for coming on our show.
we banned him.
Jason,
We banned
Jason, we'll pay for sex, but we will not buy followers. We
Yeah.
have, we
Right,
have
Kevin?
standards.
Yeah, Kevin. Kevin texts us. She's got an opening. Kevin's like, feel free to talk about this on the podcast. I'm like, we don't need your permission, buddy. We're going to be talking about this on the podcast. Okay.
Is that your
Kevin
worst
talked
text
about
you've ever delivered, Kevin? She had an opening. Have you texted something worse?
Phrasing.
Phrasing.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure I'll top that again.
No, just keep chewing.
Just keep showing.
What are you eating? Some prosciutto? Some cured meats?
Anyway, yes, me and Tom. I'm going to start.
What is that?
That's leftover pizza, microwavable pizza,
Oh, it's pizza.
toaster oven pizza.
Hmm.
It's not delivery. It's DiGiorno. We're playing charades. We're playing charades.
Charades.
Yeah, but anytime if we ever do a look back in the past segment again, I'm definitely gonna, that's definitely when I'm gonna use Thomas.
I need to. We need to.
Use his powers.
Dave going through the archives. He's gonna be like Tim Russer to.
Well, I
meet
posted
the press guy, just like throwing old comments at us, like you said this in October 10th.
Alexi Blues is very mad at us. He said he went to grab his credit card information and we deleted the message before he could give
Sorry, Biloxi Blues. That's
I
only.
mean,
as an Eastern European, Thomas, I thought you would let stuff like this slide.
yeah.
That
I
was me
mean,
on an alt,
I'm sure it's completely legitimate. Do you get spam calls in Poland? Do you get spam calls in Poland, Thomas?
Yeah, we do, but,
Come on now, touch me, babe.
Can't you see that I am unafraid?
What
was that promise that you made?
I can't believe I'm glad we were all on the same page there. We knew what song that was.
There you go.
I'm gonna love you.
Sorry to turn your stutter into a Doors song. Mouth.
No Tiger saying don't say that shit to me.
I don't know. I think this is now a top 5 Saints Happy Hour podcast episode.
It might be.
I think it's
It's
encroaching.
definitely,
top 5
it's
level.
definitely top 3 for January.
Dave, what did you switch to? You're done with the orange juice, huh? Is that liquor?
This is rum.
That's
This
beer?
is rum.
Oh,
I'm like trying to taste actual rum now since I use it in my tiki drinks. So
Oh my god, you're still doing the
And
fancy drinks.
my wife got me she got me the big ice ball cubes, for whiskey.
My wife.
So I was like, I got the ice. I might as well start. I'm going straight to the source.
I've been doing dry January.
Oh
and
my
it's,
God.
it has not been.
Of course
fun.
you are. Of course you are.
That's
doing
the
dry
dumbest thing
January.
ever.
That's
I
so
know.
that's so Juge.
I've been
Yeah.
drinking Balaton. I think that's
What?
how you say it. Caramel turtle bourbon. It's delicious.
I'd rather be sober.
Juge is doing dry January,
Ugh.
and Ralph is doing sweet.
Hey,
bourbon
put that
January.
put that up as a poll right now, Thomas. Would you rather just not drink or drink what Ralph drinks? But that's your choice. You can either not drink alcohol at all, or your alcoholic palate is just what Ralph drinks.
Yes. So you can
Which
drink
one is worse?
Ballatin caramel turtle bourbon. You could drink Bird Dog salted caramel bourbon. You could
I
drink
feel like we need
Jack
to do a
Daniels.
podcast
Do
on
you drink
February
regular
1st
bourbon?
at 12:01 a.m.
I
when I
drink
start drinking again.
I drink regular, but I drink like Elijah Craig. I'll drink it
Why do
neat,
you have to
as
have
the
the
kids like
honey,
to say. I'll drink
honey caramel chocolatey bourbon?
Angel's Envy, which is a good bourbon.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
But I like the caramel. That's what I do. I drink the caramel bourbon, different
You-
varieties with cherry Coke, and I just march forward towards diabetes.
And fruity beers, right? Aren't you
And
a
fruity
fruity beer
beers.
guy?
But I'm more this year. It was like 90%.
You know,
Caramel bourbon.
you make fun of me and my fancy drinks, but you sound like a prime candidate for somebody who would love tiki drinks.
I probably would. I probably would wreck a couple of tiki drinks.
I mean, this shit is like very sweet. It's like
I'm not
drinking
like
liquid Jolly
Kevin's
Ranchers.
Tiger Saint says, "Drink like Ralph, eat like Dave."
Well, the problem is I drink like Ralph too. I just do it differently.
Before we get to trivia, I want to remind people
The trivia
The
was
hotline.
who was the last quarterback to throw two gloves in the Super Bowl.
That's
Sorry, we
right.
spoiled it.
Drink like Ralph, eat like Dave, date
Yeah.
like Kevin. I like that.
Dave like Kevin. Don't forget
Well
Kevin.
played. I
It's
love
the
that.
life.
Just do dry January like eat. No, never mind.
I was gonna say that
I couldn't.
just because the Saints season is over, the hotline doesn't go on hibernation unless you people don't call. So I want you to call in next week and tell us the worst dates you've ever been on.
Oh, there you
Since
go. That's
Kevin
good
had a
one.
horrible date this week, call into the hotline. Tell
What's
us
the
your
number?
worst dates you've ever been on. Keep it to like a minute. We'll play the best that we got. You got to
what's
keep the
the number?
hotline moving. We can't just let the hotline wither and die in the off season and have to
Right.
start from scratch next August. No.
Right.
So call into the hotline and we'll have it next week. Call in, tell us your worst dates.
What's the number? What's the number?
I don't know, Thomas. Do you have
Can
the
Thomas put
graphic?
The number up. Yeah, I want to hear. I want to hear Radio Voice Adam. I want to hear Radio Voice Adam. Tell us about the worst date he's ever had.
We have the number on the screen.
There
it
you
is.
go.
210
for people just listen to audio version. The hotline 210-595-0818. Call
Put
the
it in your
hotline
phone right now. Yeah.
Right now.
Right. Write it as a
Ralph
contact.
is going to say the number again in about 10 seconds. So get your phone
Get
or
your-
get a piece of paper,
And
write
have
this down,
as Saints
put it
Happy
in your
Hour.
phone, and I want you to put a reminder on your phone like every Tuesday at 2.
Or
Call the
they can like
hotline.
rewind the audio version.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Ralph.
210-595-0818. And let me tell you something. If nobody calls, I'm going to do the hotline and it's going to be 3 minutes of, hey, you need to get auto insurance. You need to get car repairs.
Has your car's warranty expired?
It's that's exciting. Exactly. Is your car's warranty expired?
Now
We'll play that
definitely
next week.
nobody will call Ralph.
Thomas,
They want to hear
Thomas,
that.
how are we doing with the poll? Do people prefer to drink like Ralph or do dry January?
Let's see the results. The results.
We need to make a
are-
jingle for the hotline and the phone number.
It's even. Just 2 votes.
Boo.
1-1.
Yeah.
Very
Come on,
active
vote,
Twitch community
people.
we have
Vote.
here.
Listen. You don't want to be so if you're sober, that's the best you're going to feel all day. Come on.
That's like
Caramel bourbon's good.
Is that Frank Sinatra? Did he say
So Thomas, do the trivia. By this way, we have a person. This trivia is sponsored by someone else besides Budrich. It's the Saints History Twitter account. They were nice enough to send us
Oh.
a trivia
Love the Twitter
question.
account.
New Orleans Saints History Twitter. It's amazing. It's a fun Twitter account. You should follow them.
Well, what's the actual? What's the
the at handle?
At
Yeah, what's the
handle?
at?
Yeah, what's the
At-
handle?
It's
At I don't really know.
yeah, I don't really know. Thomas, read the question and then I'll pull that up.
It's at Saints History.
Yeah,
It's at Saints
there you go.
History.
Complicated.
It was
complicated.
tough. Oh, yeah.
Too complicated
So-
for Ralph to remember.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's tough. It's complicated.
Ooh.
So Thomas, read the trivia question for the people that.
Well, this should be
are
easy, I
audio.
think. I think this should be easy.
This, yeah, it's pretty easy.
Who scored
It's at
the
least something I can guess.
I think
Who
it's
scored the
Re-
first Saints touchdown in 2009 season playoffs?
I think it's Reggie Bush, right?
So that's the Super Bowl year.
It was
And
against the
first game was
Cardinals.
the Cardinals. So yeah, I would
Yeah.
say Reggie.
Well,
Bush.
Tim Hightower scored the first touchdown of the game for the Cardinals.
That's right.
Remember he had the
Saints
80-yard
legend,
touchdown
Tim
run?
Hightower.
Yeah.
Kevin, do you have a
The
guess?
first play of the game.
I can't.
Yeah,
participate
Reggie
'cause I
Bush
know.
had 2 touchdowns.
I
but-
I
know
think he
the
had
answer.
3. I think he had 3 in that game.
Oh, he did. Well, then it has to be Reggie Bush.
I think it was
gonna
Reggie.
say like I could see like Devery Henderson having 1 or something, but
It doesn't really look like Reggie there, though, does it?
You know
Kevin,
what?
what?
actually,
I know that is Reggie Bush's silhouette.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I would say if he had 3, I remember he had a hell of a game. I thought he had 2 touchdowns. He had 3. You're saying so? It's got.
Yeah, he had 3. It's
Yeah.
Reggie,
Thomas.
but
Yeah.
I will say, my favorite part about that game was Bobby McCray ending Kurt Warner's career.
My favorite part about that game was the picture that came out afterward in the stands of that woman who was wearing like just like a not even less than a bikini top, and she had like fake breasts, and she was like popping out. Do you guys? You don't remember that picture?
I remember-
Oh, Ralph's
no, I
pants
remember
just
th-
got tighter.
Was she more? Was it
Wait,
more
is
fun
that
than
the
the
story,
fuck
or was
the
there-
Eagles lady? The fuck the Eagles girl?
I don't know. She was like just no. Oh my god, she was practically topless, and it was like
Is
at
there
that
more to
Cards
the
game.
story, or is that it?
No, it's just I just remember that picture. It's like a famous picture because she was like practically naked in the Superdome at the Cards game.
I don't remember that at all.
Oh,
But I remember Jim McMahon wore 2 gloves in the Super Bowl.
I'm gonna. All right, let me see if I can look that up and send it to
All right,
Thomas while we.
Thomas, hit
Reggie
the
Bush.
buzzer because they got it all wrong.
Final answer.
What is it? Devery Henderson. Is it Roman Harper? That looks like Roman
No.
Harper's neck.
It does. It does. What's that? Oh,
Hamilton. What?
Ah. That was like the only game he was active for all year, probably.
Yeah, look at him.
Like, a
Look at
1
that.
yard run. That's a nice
He's right
proper
on
run.
in.
Who's that? Kyle Eckel at fullback? Who was that?
I would have never guessed that. I forgot Lionel Hamilton even existed.
I think
Oh,
that was
it's
Kyle.
Linnell,
Isn't
isn't
that-
it?
I think that's
Linnell?
Kyle. That's Kyle Eckel at fullback. I'm pretty sure.
I think it's pronounced Linnell.
Linnell, yeah.
No, I think it was Lionel.
Lionel.
Ralph can't say
Lionel
anyone's
Hamilton.
name right.
Lionel Hamilton.
That's a strong trivia question from the Saints history Twitter.
And it was
Yeah,
supposed
that
to be
was-
easy.
That's a trick question. That's a
was
trick
supposed to
question.
be easy, man.
Get out of here, Lionel Hamilton. Who remembers that except for toothpick guy over here?
I'm
The Rain
surprised
Man.
Ralph didn't remember that.
Mhm.
I didn't. I knew it because he sent it to me. But next week we'll be back
It's a
to
good one.
next week we'll be back to Budridge doing the trivia.
I was hoping the question was who scored the first touchdown in the 2000 game, and I think was that Robert Wilson. I
It
know
might have
Robert
been
Wilson
Rob.
scored in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Robert Wilson, Willie Jackson. It had to be one of them.
One of those two, yeah.
Did Terry Allen score a touchdown in that game? Maybe.
Nah. Chad Morton.
I know Chad Morton caught like 20 passes the next week when the Saints got hammered.
The answer was Robert Wilson. I was correct.
Robert Wilson. All right, Thomas, hit the music. Hit the music for the questions.
I'll
But well,
help you.
before you hit the music,
Oh,
I want to remind people we get so many questions each week. We decided answering those questions that don't appear on the main show, we'll do it during the daily shows. We had one a couple weeks ago. We're going to have another one. It was great. So keep the questions coming, guys. We will answer them and do mailbags because now it's the off season. We don't have game previews and stuff to do. Thomas, hit the music so I can.
and during
Hey, by the way,
Thursday
Jason
live stream.
Champagne got the trivia right.
Yeah, he
in
did.
our chat. Yeah,
Yeah, there's proof on the screen.
nice job, Jason.
So Thomas, hit
Should've
the
listened
music
to
so
you.
I can give the people the finger guns. Hand strength update. 14-year-old boy.
No
Yeah,
way.
boy.
No way.
Yeah, boy. Grip strength is there. Working hard.
Congratulations.
They
Now
gave
you
me
can
a
jerk
high,
off like twice a day, like a real 14-year-old.
They gave me a high
Hold on,
five
strength, though.
and
Ralph's
they gave me a
pants just got
1996 Hustler. So I'm excited.
But wait, is it a 14-year-old like when you were 14? or like a normal 14-year-old?
It was a normal 14-year-old. That's why I got the high five and the Hustler. See, Dave?
Thomas, you got what I sent you?
Yeah, but maybe we'll get after the questions. You know, my pants just got tighter, you know?
I found the pictures of that Saints fan at the Cardinals game. I can't believe you guys don't remember this.
Which one you want me to use?
Oh, both of them, why not? Anyway,
All right,
next
Thomas.
question.
Next question.
Okay, so first question, let's do a part 2 of trivia, guys. Who do you think first question is from? A hint is it's one of your longest tenured listeners. Andrew,
Monadula.
you should know.
Monadula?
First question comes from
Yeah.
Monadula. Straight
From
from
who?
the Netherlands.
His humor is so confusing. I don't love it.
Yeah, he's the creator of
That's the worst joke I've ever heard.
Monadula asks, with the coach in Miami gone, is there a chance Peyton will revive his career and trade for him cheap?
Ooh, I guess Tua. They could trade for Tua and revive Tua.
Is that what he's saying?
I
that
think
what
he wants to bring the Brian Flores to New Orleans.
I mean,
Oh.
they have Dennis Allen. Why do they need Brown?
Yeah, well, I don't get this question. Yet again, Monadula, we just don't understand. Like, what the hell?
Translation,
Just be
Monadula.
normal, man. Just
That's
ask a
an
normal
unedited question, guys.
Achtung, Monadula.
I'm posting my Wordle shit on Twitter, and he's like, "What the hell is this Wordle? What's going on? Is this like I don't know?" He's like totally. He's
How many tries
how
did
old
you
is
get
he?
it
How
today?
old is
I'm American and I don't know what Wordle is, Monadula.
What?
Wordle.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know what.
today I actually got
Monadula's like our age.
Oh my gosh,
Maybe a little younger.
We should do
Younger?
Saints.
Younger?
Guys, we should do Saints Wordle next week instead of trivia.
Hey,
SAINT.
speaking of international, Ralph, Malta update. Tiger State wants
Malta?
to know.
It disappoints us like the Rams.
You know the
Consistently
Hindenburg.
and without fail. We're 13th in Malta.
Hmm.
I mean, it's just
Better than it was, right?
It's better than it was, but I mean, you know, it's
Come on,
just-
Malta.
come on, Malta. Malta. They're like Matt Stafford. They never get it done when it counts. The Rams, by the way, the Rams are winning 34-11. So, all right,
Surprised Arizona got double digits.
you and me both, Kevin. That over under total is getting close though.
Next question.
Okay, next question from Ben Ruffle. I love this question actually. He asks, which was the biggest surprise this year? No COVID for Adibo or no taunting penalties for CD Deuce?
Oh,
Ooh, that's a good question.
Great
I
question.
actually would have assumed CD Deuce had a taunting penalty. So
Ben is not listening to our show right now because he's at a Lakers game courtside.
Oh,
There he
he's
is.
a Lakers
fan.
fan. Ooh.
Yeah.
In Los Angeles, not playing the Pelicans.
Yes, I believe it's in Los Angeles. Yeah.
Kevin, what's more surprising? I would have thought that CD Deuce got a taunting penalty.
Yeah, exactly, for sure.
I don't think he did.
I mean, I assume
He
did,
must have
so-
come close. I'm surprised he didn't against Tom Brady. He definitely towed the line against the
I mean,
Bucs.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'd have to say CD Deuce because like we all assumed he already had one. So yeah,
Dude,
I mean,
the Rona ripped through the Saints unabated at different points during the season, and Adebo continues to not miss games?
Well,
That's got to be the answer. How the hell did Adebo not get COVID this season?
yeah, I don't know. I would say like he doesn't test, but obviously they're testing everybody.
test
so-
him all the time.
They test him daily. He's unvaccinated.
I mean,
Maybe he's
Maybe he's
been in
right.
touch with Dr. Joe Rogan, you know?
Maybe, yeah. Well, maybe all that.
Maybe he's
ivermectin's
eating
What
Really
was that, Aaron? What was that Aaron Rodgers quote? It was, "I'm not vaccinated.
I'm
but
immunized.
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 What did you just say there? Immunized.
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 Ralph
What is
can't
he-
say
what was
anyone's
it?
name right.
It's you eat the horse paste, right, Kevin? And you
Yeah,
it
that's
keeps the-
ivermectin.
and
ivermectin.
it keeps you awake.
The
Maybe he's eating the
ivermectin.
horse paste.
Whole shit.
Or he could be buying that, what is it? That silver solution that turns your skin fucking blue.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Or they had a
I was
woman
about-
in
I was
Houston.
about to say something and bit my tongue there.
She.
Probably smart.
Next question.
Moving on, Jude.
Move on.
Moving on, Juge.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Okay. Next question comes from
Like a small baby.
That's my favorite news.
JMU
My
who
second
that?
favorite.
JMU
Can we
who that?
Wait. Idea for the off-season tournament: best sound bites, best Saints Happy Hour podcast sound
Nope.
Hey,
bites.
that's
Like that.
my idea, Ralph.
That's
Ralph,
it.
you
Is
heard
it's
that
Thomas's
first from me.
idea. I said it was too much. It's too navel gazing.
Ralph didn't like it. Ralph didn't like it.
We could do it. I mean,
It's too what? Navel gazing?
it's like
what the hell does that
Navel
mean?
gazing?
like when you
term
stare
is
at your
that?
own navel. You never heard that saying?
No.
Oh, I've heard of it. I've heard of it.
You know.
What does
I
it mean? It means you're obsessed with yourself? Is it like
Yeah.
I get it when
It's
you-
it's too much sucking our own dick.
But I mean, I'm for if people want it, we'll do
Okay.
it. It's fine. It's fine. We could do a 80 soundbite bracket. We could do playing games, the whole nine. All right, Thomas. What's the question?
There was something Kevin did in his rant last week too that he said that I it was like, what the hell was that? I don't remember what he said.
Next question.
Next question
So-
comes from JMU who that, and he asks: is CD Deuce on Cameo or any similar site? How much do we have to chip in to get him to talk shit for a few minutes as a new intro?
Oh,
and where do I
good.
send the payment?
Oh yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
you can send the payment to me, and I'll make sure it gets there.
Let's look
Well-
at I'm gonna look right now and see if he's on Cameo.
Well,
And
if he's not on Cameo, though,
that's stupid. He
Kevin,
really should be.
What we could do is we could be like a certain someone on Twitter that did a unlicensed CD Deuce shirt, and CD Deuce just ripped them on Twitter.
Starts
We
with
could just
N.
make a CD Deuce shirt and tweet it at him, and then he could insult us that way.
His
he's
name
not on
starts with N,
Cameo.
right?
If he, if he has a cameo, and he
Not
does
on-
a
he's
video.
not on
Put those
Cameo.
people in trouble.
I wanted them to do the crossed arms little lookup like he did to Tom Brady. Like
How
he's got
much
him
would you
do
pay
that.
for that, Kevin? The CD Deuce insulting you as he does the Tom
how much
Brady.
Is, how much is
Like,
in the Saints Happy
personally?
Hour bank account?
Me personally, or all of us?
All of us. How much should we spend of the Saints Happy Hour budget to get insulted by CD Deuce?
All of it.
Well, I say we, but what did we pay Sean Payton?
500. That was Andrew. We got in at the ground floor. Andrew was like, "We got to get in before the price goes
Yeah.
up, and we can't afford it."
501.
The
Yeah.
price is
You're by the way, Andrew, your dad is our general counsel is imploring us to not infringe on CD Deuce.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to see us get in legal trouble.
And by legal trouble,
Always
we
looking out.
mean CD Deuce comes to our houses and beats the shit out of us.
Right. CD Deuce isn't going to sue
Solve
us.
your
He's just gonna
problems
beat the
with
shit out of
aggression.
us.
Well, no, actually, what he'll do is he'll come to your house, and you open the door, and he'll start taunting you so bad so that
You'll
you
be-
hit him first, and then he's just and then he can claim self-defense.
Another stranger coming to your house, huh, Kevin?
Yeah. Zing.
Taking shots from all sides here.
That's right.
Next question.
Top five.
Hunker
podcast.
down,
Let's go.
Kevin.
Okay, next question. Now I'm gonna butcher his name. Bastionor asks, what is more heartbreaking to a franchise? Going to the Super Bowl 3 times in a row and lose all 3, or go up 28-3 with 2 minutes and 6 seconds left in the third quarter and lose the Super Bowl?
Well, it's 4. I guess he meant
It's 4. Is he referring to the
4. It's
Bills?
Buffalo.
Yeah,
Buffalo, yeah.
I mean,
Either way, I you got to take the Bills situation. You got to take going 4 times or 3 times, whatever, and
4.
losing because I know. The question says 3, and I'm answering the question. But because back off, Kevin. Back off. All right. Because first of all, in either scenario, you're losing.
Right.
And so you might as well lose 3 times in the Super Bowl than one. I mean, you might as well get all the fun and excitement and exhilaration of 3 or 4 Super Bowl seasons and postseasons and all that. And because going up 28-3 and then lose, I mean, like this to me. This is
I don't
an easy
know,
answer.
but Buffalo.
This is easy. I would pick Buffalo. Like those teams were great,
Yeah.
man. Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas, Bruce Smith, Cornelius Bennett, Steve Tasker. I mean, those were legendary teams. The Falcons, man, they were a freaking blip on the radar. They had that
Buffalo
one
teams,
Super
though-
Bowl, and then they went right back to irrelevance. That was not a Super Bowl worthy team. It
The
just
one
wasn't.
thing with Buffalo, though, Kevin, the Super Bowl losses got worse and worse and worse. They didn't get closer each time; they got further and further away. Like
the
No,
first
beatings
one,
got-
the missed Scott Norwood field goal, the first one, that was as close as they would get.
Yeah,
That's right.
Like I almost wonder like what history would have been like if Norwood would have made that field goal. Like would the Bills have rattled off all 4 if Norwood makes that field goal? Would they have split, or would they have just had like sort of like a come down season, and then they wouldn't have even gone to 4 in a row? They would have just won the 1. Maybe they would have gone back to 1 more and lost, but
or if they do, we view. I think that, but the thing is, we view them completely. Even if they win the first one and they lose the next 3 and they get their head kicked in all 3 times, like we view them completely different. Like it's John Elway, right? He lost
because they got the 1.
Like you get
Here's the thing about being a Bills fan, though, is you get owned by Tom Brady for 2 decades.
dude.
After
great.
losing 4 in a row.
I
Yes.
will say this for Bills fans. I felt really good for them. They humiliated the Patriots on Saturday night. And I feel like the coach of Buffalo, he was running up that score. Like he took that Bill Belichick, I'm only going to pass the ball 3 times and beat you. Like the Bills took that shit personal and they rubbed it in against the
Good.
Patriots on Sunday night.
Good.
It was delightful.
Good. Now we can get them and the Bengals in the AFC Championship game. That'll be fun.
That'd be a great game. I'm here for that. Sign me up. Sign me up.
All right, Thomas.
Next question.
Last question, but before I read the last question, I gotta say that I chose only the funny questions for this week's show because I thought Andrew wasn't gonna be here. That's what Ralph told me. So I skipped all the. So I
Serious
skipped
questions.
I
Skipped all the
Yeah,
Novak
yeah,
Djokovic
yeah.
questions, Andrew.
all those boring questions for Andrew I skipped, you know.
God, I hate to hear that. I
I hate to hear that.
I don't
But
know
stay
whether
tu-
to be
stay-
insulted or honored.
But stay tuned, guys. Maybe we'll ask them on the mailbag.
We'll do. We'll do a
shows-
tape eater mailbag special.
And
for
we also
patrons.
answer questions on the Thursday show on YouTube, on the live stream, by the way.
That's right.
Last question from the legend himself, Budrich. He asks, should Disney also host a wild card game in conjugation with Monday Night Football?
That's obviously like in reference to, which I didn't watch, the Nickelodeon game.
Nickelodeon.
The Cowboys Niners did the Nickelodeon game, which the Saints had last year against the Bears.
The Nickelodeon game is strong. Like they do. My kid was excited to watch the Sliming, SpongeBob,
I forgot to
smile
put it
when
on
they kick a
for my
field goal. He
kids.
frowns when they
Yeah.
miss. Like it's a quality It's a quality product for kids. I like.
I
it.
actually had to watch the Nickelodeon feed because at one point, and this is when it was snowing significantly here in Virginia, and for some reason, I have DirecTV and my networks were out, but the rest was fine. Cable was fine. So at first I was like, man, we just lost the game. We're done. And my son goes, no, Dad, you can turn it on Nickelodeon. The feed's on there too. And so we're like, oh yeah, Nickelodeon. So we actually watched that game on Nickelodeon.
That's fine.
Anybody get slimed? Oh wait, who won MVP?
I didn't stick around to see.
Prescott.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott?
Dak won. It's the second year in a row that the losing quarterback has won the MVP.
Really?
Oh, I wasn't
Yeah.
paying attention. Did Barstool
Wow.
Sports rig it again? Because that's what happened last year.
I have no idea. I
don't
do
know.
not pay
That might have
attention
been
to those.
that
to
might have
those
been an
two.
inside
That's
job.
pretty funny.
Dak Prescott. God, thank God. Keep Mike McCarthy away from just the entire state of Louisiana. Just keep him away from Louisiana. I don't want him anywhere near me or my football team.
So before we get to
want
the
you
clip, before we get to the
breathing.
clip of the week, I want to say a big shout out to Blake Zykin, who went to twitch.tv Saints Happy Hour, and he subscribed to us for free with Twitch Prime, and then made 10 plus clips from last week's show. So obviously, Thomas, he's the author of the clip of the week, right?
Yeah, he is. And he's in the chat right now, by the way. Watching
Yeah.
us
What's
live.
Nice.
What a legend.
Do we give
What
the
a legend.
Niners a pass for beating Dallas? No, we do not, Blake.
No.
because screw the 49ers forever.
No.
Yeah, they don't get a pass.
What all right, well, so what clip did we pick, Thomas? Don't forget we also still have to show the rest of my other co-hosts.
Yeah,
here,
I have it ready. I have it ready.
a picture of
Dave's.
Anyway,
you know what?
clip of the week. Yeah, clip of the week.
Dave sent me a dick pic.
Of the week.
the week.
Okay, so let's see the clip of the week. Clip by Blake Zykin.
Quick shout out to JMU Houdat, who just had a newborn baby. He sent me a picture and he said, "Me,
Like a small
Cameron,
fucking baby.
He said Cameron, Jordan, Peyton, Alvin, Taysom, Drew, McNeil.
What a perfect
Thomas,
name.
that
Is there a middle name?
It's Cameron, Jordan, Peyton, Alvin, Taysom, Drew, McNeil.
So is there a middle name?
Thomas, that was a dime you just threw. Just I love that clip.
It's called
Like a small-
Perfect Timing. That's how he called it. And he
That'll be a top 10 seed.
He
in the
named
soundbite
every
tournament.
clip also. Like there's so many good clips from last week.
I don't know if we want to look at our navels that often.
I don't
or
know.
Too much. I don't know.
We're doing it now.
It's
gonna be-
navel
It's
gazing.
gonna be a 72 teams. It's gonna be like the NCAA tournament. It's gonna be 72 teams.
Every soundbite we've ever.
That's right. Do the Mora sound bites? Are the Mora sound bites eligible for the soundbite best of soundbite tournament?
No, because they had their own thing already.
No.
Yeah, no.
Ineligible.
Yeah, This is the
Competition
non.
committee has ruled them ineligible.
Yeah, I think the title
Different
should be
league.
non-Mora Soundbite Saints Happy Hour podcast. Super
More
happy hour
soundbites are
bracket.
college football.
Super terrific happy hour bracket.
All right. So, do you have more stuff that you did with Dave in your secret production meeting with
Oh,
Dave?
we just did this like 5 minutes ago during,
Secret
during
production
the
meeting
show.
during the show.
All right, lay it on us.
This
Let's
just
go.
involves me Google image searching and then texting Thomas via Discord.
It's time for
Oh, Ralph's pants just got tighter.
the week.
Oh,
There you
yeah.
go.
Okay. I remember that gal.
There you go. See,
There
I knew
you
you
go.
would remember. I knew you.
Yeah.
would remember. That was
Now I remember.
okay. That was the Cardinals game. That was the Cardinals 2009 Cardinals playoff game.
Yeah.
This
She
is what I
looks better
remember.
from the side.
I remember Reggie
Better
Bush
from whatever
running out with a
fucking angle.
bat, and I remember her. That's what I remember from that
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
And I was there.
And that's the
Okay,
young Dave
yeah.
on the picture.
That's not me.
Yeah. Shit,
I
if
don't
that was
remember.
Dave, like right off camera, it'd be like Dave's wife
With his secret
loading a
lover.
shotgun.
Kevin, was this your date?
Dave's
Kevin
in the
wouldn't-
background with the pink shirt, you know.
Kevin, yeah, look at these.
That
I know,
was-
look at these two.
that was- if
Look
my
at those two
date
guys.
looked
Can we
like
zoom
that-
in? Can we please zoom in on those two dudes? Is that possible?
Enhanced.
Enhance.
Wait a second.
Yeah, I apologize if this person may be listening, but I do not remember who I went to that game with. I don't remember.
You were distracted.
Yeah. No, I didn't sit near this woman. Look, Tweedledee and Tweedledum over here. Oh, actually, that could be one of our listeners. I should.
It
probably
could
shut
be.
up. Yeah,
Could be one.
I'm just gonna shut up right now.
Listen, the off season,
Badrich,
the
if that's
regular
you, we are
season.
sorry.
Yeah, buddy.
Who am I kidding? Those guys like bought tickets on Bourbon Street like just to go to that game. They were like, "Oh yeah, we'll pay $1,000."
Those guys have their own Saints podcast.
And they got to see they got an amazing view.
I'd like to do
a
the
football
10. I'd
game.
like to do the 10. You know what? It's been 12 years, 13 years now. I'd like to do the 13-year challenge on these guys.
I tell you what, I'd like to maybe we have an oral history of this
This is
entire
top five
entire
podcast.
incident,
Top
and we
five episode.
track these two guys down. We track down the woman, we track down her boyfriend, and then we track down the guy in the Saints jersey who took the photo with her.
Actually, hold on. These guys are wearing. Hold on. These guys are wearing Patriots. You know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this isn't.
They
the,
are. They're wearing Patriots
May-
gear. What?
Yeah.
What? The
Maybe this
hell?
isn't the Cardinals game. Maybe she was at the 2009 Patriots game. She was definitely in the 2009. This was definitely in the 2009.
You got
season.
this all wrong.
So you screwed
Dave.
the whole. You screwed the.
I'm
pool,
just
Dave.
looking
You
for
got
any-
the whole
any-
bit wrong.
Yeah.
People expect
Ugh.
a certain level of quality
I know.
and a certain
And
level of
fact-checking, yeah, I know.
accuracy on this
Sure,
podcast.
right,
Dave,
right.
it's one thing if we're missing names, if we don't have dates right, if we don't know players.
It's one thing. It's one thing if you don't remember just how many gloves
That's
McMahon was
right.
wearing in the Super Bowl. Okay, that's one thing. Our fans can get over that. But when I get which game the woman was practically naked at in the 2009 season,
Unacceptable.
forget it.
Unacceptable.
This is a lie.
Unacceptable.
Yeah,
You know
it is,
what-
Dave.
you know
It
what, guys?
absolutely
You
is.
know
Because
what?
you were so confident that it was the Cardinals game. You were like, "How do you not remember Cardinals games? You super hot."
No, I lied. I was just looking for any excuse
I
to
feel
just
so.
squeeze
I
her
feel
into the
so
podcast.
betrayed. I feel so duped.
Maybe I have the wrong woman. Maybe there was another. Maybe there was
Yeah.
another woman. I don't know.
I mean, it's got to be the Patriot game because it, like,
Yeah.
It's
Well,
too-
you know what? Well, I don't know. Can we enhance on any of these other pictures?
can we
see if
enhance? Can
find
you
any
zoom in
other-
on the scoreboard? Maybe we can.
Yeah. Can we
check
see if we can
scoreboard.
find that? Oh, yeah. There is the scoreboard right there. Can we zoom in on the scoreboard and see what that says?
Yeah, Dave's
can
like,
we
yeah,
get
right
some
there, like he's
definitive-
pointing at the.
I'm at the scoreboard. No, I'm
I
pointing at the
thought you wanted me
scoreboard.
to zoom in on a different thing, man. For
No,
a
I want-
second.
yeah, no, you see,
oh
I'm
my
pointing
god.
the scoreboard right there. It's right under her left forearm, her left upper arm.
Oh,
Yeah, elbow. Yeah. Anyway, it probably says New England.
Jason says we should track her down and get her to date.
Here we go. What is that?
Kevin.
That says no.
It's
oh,
hard to
that's a
tell.
big number, so that could be the Saints Patriots game.
Yeah, it's a big.
But I'll tell you what, though, excellent work, excellent work, Thomas. This has been great. This has been awesome.
That's why we're the best.
There you go. There you go.
I can't tell what that number says.
Is that an 18?
It's a 28, I think, actually.
Yeah.
You know what? If you like this podcast, tell your friends. Tell your other Saints friends.
The
That's
off
what's
season is where
that's
we
the-
shine.
That's the
Find that
biggest
lady
thing.
though in the
That's
photo.
you want to help us. That's the biggest thing you can do.
Can we
You got
find
other
that lady in
fans.
the photo?
You got other friends that are fans of the Saints. Tell them you listen to this podcast.
Right.
Tell them-
These three married
Sure.
assholes aren't saying it. I'll say
smash
it.
the like button.
Can we get that lady in the photo to show up?
That's right.
Does anybody know who that is?
Does Twitch even have a like button?
We're too old
No,
for
you
Twitch.
subscribe, you follow, and you subscribe on Twitch. Pound that subscribe button.
Yes.
And if you're
smash the
Amazon
subscribe.
Prime, if you use Amazon Prime, you subscribe for free. It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps support the show.
Check out this guy, Saints shirt and Patriots.
Oh yeah, it's definitely
Yeah.
the Patriots game. I definitely got
No.
this all wrong.
God.
But you're welcome.
You disappoint me, Dave.
Sure. After the show, Andrew's going to give me
You're
a
fake news, Dave.
Yeah, I
Hey.
came clean. I came clean.
Andrew,
I
we're gonna bottle this one for all the award shows for next year. This is the one I'm submitting.
Yes, yes.
I'm not
Oh,
doing
God.
guests. I'm
Let me-
not doing fancy analytics. I'm sending this one. We're gonna win that goddamn sports.
Well,
podcast of the year
in
Louisiana.
all seriousness, I would send the
like
interview with
blogging?
Mike. I would send the interview with Mike Haas. But in joking, but seriousness aside, yes, this episode.
This is the one. This
This
is
is
the
a good
one.
candidate. This is a good
This is the
candidate.
one.
Yeah, nobody's doing this. Nobody's doing this
This
in
is
the entire
one.
New Orleans area, in the entire Saints.
Jason says, "I think she
Meta
she
world,
could fit
metaverse.
Saints Happy Hour into her schedule." You don't know that. She might have a full life career.
This is
We don't
this
know.
is a good
Kevin, is
episode.
that the
'cause
woman you just dated? Was she fatter or something?
Refrain from answering those questions.
Yes, please.
He's taking the fifth.
As he should.
Mr. Stephen Juge has counseled his client to plead the fifth and to not answer
To
this
remain
question.
silent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kevin. He said, "Kevin, shut up. Answer that question, Kevin."
I love this. I love this show. This was amazing. This
Top
one.
five.
This
Dave,
episode was
we
amazing.
need to bad cop, good cop, Kevin.
I hope we were a distraction from this performance the Rams are putting on TV because, again, I ask, where was that last week?
Oh,
All
wait, I have
you
one.
had to do was not blow a 17-0 lead.
I
That's
have
all you
one
had to do.
other. I have one other funny story. We were FaceTiming. I don't remember who I was FaceTiming with. Me and my family. We were FaceTiming with somebody, and they had COVID. And I told my son, I said, back up. You got to get 6 feet away. They have COVID, and he backed up. And I said, "You're an idiot." Like, like they were on the phone. You know, it's like FaceTime. And I got him. to back up. He like just backed up, and I'm like, "You're an idiot."
That is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Wake
Yeah,
up.
Jim Mora. Yeah, that's right, Jim.
That's a fastball, Thomas. High and inside to Dave. Good job. So anyway, thanks to everybody for listening. Support the show, please. We do amazing things here. We're a family. Support us so we can keep the fun going. I'm just saying, if you listen, and there's like 1,000 people a week that listen that aren't patrons. Sign up. You get swag. You get access. You help the show. It's amazing. You should do it. So I want to say thanks to Dave, for Andrew, for Kevin hopping in unexpectedly. Super surprised. That was amazing. And for Thomas, the best producer in the world, waking up in the middle of the night in Poland, running an amazing show, doing all this stuff behind the scenes. He's the best. So remember, kids, don't shoot your dick off. Until next week, the bar is closed.